Hey everyone! It's time for the weekend special edition of 10 Minutes English Radio. We've got our regular guest, Emily, here again this week. Today, we're going to relax and look back at all the English we learned this week. Instead of formal segments, we're just going to chat like friends about the news stories that impressed us this week and the English phrases we picked up. I think learning English is most effective when you talk with friends like, hey, this expression is really useful. So I hope you'll listen along with your friends and family. All right then, let's start our Emily and Lisa weekend talk. Emily, great work this week. But wait, before that, isn't it super hot today?
So hot. I've had the AC running nonstop.
Thanks, you too. Oh, speaking of which, when I went to a cafe with friends yesterday, everyone was drinking Diet Coke. No way! Could it be the influence of that fridge cigarette thing? Wednesday's news really became a hot topic, didn't it? Exactly. I actually tried it myself, taking it out of the fridge during work breaks for a Diet Coke break. There was something kind of rebellious and refreshing about it. I actually did it. But we need to be careful about too much artificial sweetener. Since I work as a DJ and stay up late, I'm really conscious about when I consume caffeine. I totally get it. I have yoga classes too, so health management is important. But this week was really packed with news, starting with Saturday's robot soccer. The Humanoid robot soccer tournament. I actually have an 8-year-old nephew, and when I saw him recently, he was so excited telling me, "Auntie, did you know robots are playing soccer?" How cute! Kids are more sensitive to new technology, aren't they? The concept of fully autonomous might be totally normal for them. Exactly. I learned the expression generate excitement too, and seeing my nephew's enthusiasm made me realize it's truly a new form of entertainment. I'd love to incorporate this kind of cutting-edge technology into my events. That sounds amazing. But Sunday's Shipwrecked gold story was a bit complicated, wasn't it? An 80-year-old couple having to face trial? That was really heartbreaking. They were just trying to help a friend out of kindness, but they ended up violating cultural property laws. As a freelancer, I always get nervous about contracts and legal matters. I understand. I teach yoga as a side job, so insurance and liability issues aren't someone else's problem for me either. When it becomes an international issue, it gets even more complicated. Exactly. Monday's Greek wildfire also made me worried. 5,000 people having to evacuate? Actually, I'm planning to go to Europe next month for a friend's wedding. Oh, really? Which country? Italy. But seeing all the Heatwave news makes me think I need to prepare properly with travel insurance and emergency supplies. I went to Greece last year, so I was really worried too. The stories about locals helping tourists were touching, but preparation is definitely key. Absolutely. And after that serious note, Tuesday's Emma Stone topic, that really got social media buzzing. The new face controversy. It really set tongues wagging. I'm interested in beauty, so I was also curious about the expert's analysis of tasteful procedure. Face reveal always becomes a topic when it's about celebrities, right? But she said she has sensitive skin, so she uses simple skincare with baking soda and coconut oil. I really related to that. I have sensitive skin too, so I'm particular about natural ingredients. But seeing people's reactions, beauty standards are really different for everyone. Absolutely. Thursday's hot dog eating contest was so refreshing. I got goosebumps when Joey Chestnut managed to reclaim title. After being banned last year, coming back to win with 71 hot dogs, he's truly a legend. His aura is really incredible. I actually love watching competitive shows, and Chestnut's comeback story was inspiring. As a DJ, it also gave me ideas for getting the audience pumped up. I get it. In my yoga classes, when I want to motivate students, I sometimes talk about that kind of never give up spirit. And Fridays, neighborhood drama. That was so awkward. The party that wasn't a party controversy. Bringing homemade antipasto and not being welcomed. I've moved before, so I really understood her feelings. The host's Mean Girls vibes were harsh, weren't they? And it going viral on TikTok is so modern. I'm not good at fitting into new environments, so I felt that mom's pain. Me too. When I started at a new yoga studio, I was really nervous at first. But the definition of get-together is also vague, and I can kind of understand the host's feelings too. Exactly. I once had a friend tell me it was just a small gathering, so I went, and it turned out to be a really formal party. I totally stood out in my outfit. Oh, that's so relatable. The opposite happens too. You hear party and get all dressed up only to find it's really just a casual get-together. So true. Word definitions are tricky. By the way, what was your most memorable phrase this week? I'd say set tongues wagging. I love gossip. I could use it like, that news is really setting tongues wagging, or wildfire is a word we should know when talking about environmental issues. Great choices. I like reclaim title. When I mess up at work, I mentally shout, I will reclaim my title, with the revenge mindset. That's so cool. You could use it in your DJ work, too. I also liked tasteful procedure. It seems useful when you want to improve something elegantly. Fridge cigarette could be funny, too. Saying, I'm going for a fridge cigarette to friends would probably get a laugh, right? Definitely. I'll try using it. But we shouldn't forget about artificial sweetener, either. I want to teach that expression to my health-conscious friends. Right. Evacuate is useful when talking about disaster preparedness, and cultural property could come up in conversations at museums or art galleries. Humanoid robot is probably going to become more familiar, too, so it's worth remembering. You could use it in conversations with your nephew. Definitely. Everyone should try using the phrases we learned this week in actual conversations. Just adding them to casual daily conversations should make English more fun. I'm thinking about talking about wildfire with my international students in next week's yoga class. That sounds great. I might be able to discuss Heatwave with locals during my Europe trip next month. That sounds exciting. Let's both put our learned phrases into practice. All right then, see you next week. This week was fun too. Really? Great work, everyone. See you next week. This was DJ Lisa from 10 Minutes English Radio. And regular guest, Emily. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.